Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment, where we are now a mage. Ooh, mage. Now we need to find some spells that we can cast. Although, of course... Oh yeah, my weapons have really changed, haven't they? Token. What on earth is this? Where did I get this? This is a negative token, a flat black disc that appears to have no substance to it at all. Turning it over reveals that there is no third dimension. There is no thickness to this item at all. It gives you some command over creatures of shadow. You can command them to stand still for a few precious seconds. The more powerful the shadow, the less likely it will be to obey your command. Okay. As an added benefit, as long as this token is carried by any of your shadow party members, it acts as a ward against shadows. It will not prevent shadows from attacking your group, but the shadow will find it more difficult to harm you while the token is carried. Oh, is that to do with the person we were talking to before? Who was talking about like the negative dimension and what? Oh, that was this fellow, wasn't it? Yes, I remember now. I don't know if he gave us the stuff, but I remember that occurrence.
I'm gone.
Oh, why are you attacking me?
Hey, we're being watched, Chief.
Yes, I'd
Just
noticed
look
that.
natural. Casual.
Where am I going now? Well, we're going to have to head back to Ragpicker Square, aren't we? Sevtai wants to kill off the starved dog's barking. I might wait for that a bit.
Endure, your path is mine. I'm gone.
Okay. I can identify, that's something to be aware of. I need to be thinking about it. We'll finish these up. I do have the identify spell, so I should probably be thinking about what I can do with it. Actually, are we in the space with the... No, the market's over this way. Let's go to the market and sell some stuff. And then... Let's have a look. Oh, no. Armor, shield, ice knife, identify, chromatic orb. But they're grayed out because I need to rest. So...
Done.
Let's sell off our stuff. I say let's sell off our stuff. Let's sell off what we currently have that we're not using, which I think is quite a lot of rings, and I think various weapons that Dakon is holding. And... Oh, maybe I could go to Fel, actually. Because I think I might be able to get... Well, I can. It's the bonus intelligence one, I think, for being a wizard. I've come to sell you things, yes. I want to hold on to that hollow thing, it might be useful. I want to hold on to those as well, actually. Sell all of the weapons on the bracelet. No, I don't want to. I don't want to sell that one off. That might be useful. The rest of them we can probably just get away with selling. Do I go back and get myself a new tattoo? Because which is that one? That's +2 to wisdom. I get +2 to intelligence, which is probably going to be really useful being a wizard. It depends how much it is, though, is the problem. And then we're going to head back to Ragpicker Square and finally get to talking to Farad. We were going to do it last session, and then I got distracted by becoming a mage.
Done.
Mebeth said something about if we stumble across a mage, we can learn something. Ooh, we might be able to learn some spells from them. Now, there's a mage in the northeast part of this area, I think, because she's the one who dealt with the box.
You've got to see it to believe it. The burning man, right here, right inside.
I should wait for the nameless one to catch up. I should give him a name, because otherwise I'd say the nameless one, which is not exactly, which is a little clunky. But we don't have a name for ourselves. Oh great, no. All right, if you insist. There we go. few random bits of coin. I can just grab. Copper earring, that's annoying because I just sold some. No, I didn't. I sold bracelets, didn't I? Right, we'll go in here, get ourselves some more intelligence, I think. Hello, Fel. What tattoos do you have? Dreams of Essenon. +2 to save versus spells, +2 to base hit points. For some reason, the tale of the Cry of Essenon filled you with a strange nostalgia, which you have related to Fel. This tattoo draws upon both the nostalgia and the perseverance of the Criers of Essenon, granting you a boon to your health and endurance. This tattoo recognizes your efforts to calm the restless dead of the mausoleum. Ooh. Okay. So, as the skill goes on, as the game goes on, I get more things for skill? No. Where is it? Tattoo of Insight. No. Revelation? How much is that? 1,080. Wait, what? Oh, no. What else have I clicked on? No. Yeah, just that one. Bonus intelligence. Oh, I got 3 spots for things. Okay. Thought I only had 2. So we go. Does that give me an option on more spells? Oh. Thought it might have done. It might just give me a bonus on the casting of them. Oh, I was going to go to the flop house. Well, I'm going to have to go to the flop house anyway. Flop house area anyway. To rest.
I'm gone.
What? Leave me be, good sir. Okay, we'll keep getting these things off. More earrings. More earrings. And some copper coins. I mean, I don't want to say that the intelligence will pay off, because it might not do.
Have you got the kid?
But it'll be useful. It'll certainly be useful. I mean, what does it say about intelligence? There's no limit to the number of spells you can put in your spellbook. Oh, okay. Memory, reasoning, and deductive skill. Helps you regain memories faster, gives you more dialogue options, and aids your mage skills. Which is going to be useful, considering we're a mage now. I think being a mage will be useful.
Done.
He says, hopefully. I think...
I've never
Never
seen
mind.
something so ugly. I've not.
That's a horrible thing to say about Mort.
Slow
I'll come up here. No, in there. Clang. Yeah, so we'll head in here, and we'll get ourselves... Please don't attack me. And we'll try and see if we can get a spell off this lady in here, whose name escapes me. Into the nest, I think. Shalandra. As you managed to destroy Morador's box, I guess congratulations are in order. Still, it's too bad I couldn't decipher all the spells I've used to contain the fiend. Okay. So if I'd maybe had a... I don't want to say higher intelligence, because my intelligence would have been quite high anyway. But maybe it's a case of... I don't know. Maybe if I'd done things slightly differently, then she would have gotten that and she'd help me now. I don't know. Well, I think we will rest a bit. Well, actually, I could read the... Oh dear, but I need to sell this stuff, don't I? Huh. No, didn't I have a thing to do with you?
What is your will?
Things I would know. Talk to you about your teachings. I've not read the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. No, never mind. Am I meant to look at it myself? Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, unlock the second Circle of Zerthimon. So we'll do this and then rest. You slide the plates into the configuration Dakon showed you, and a new ring is revealed. The ring carries the same script as you read before, with the same geometries. You know the symbols, and know you can read them. Read the second circle. Know that flesh cannot mark steel. Know that steel may mark flesh. In knowing this, Zerthimon became free. Alright? Know that the tentacled ones were of flesh. They relied on the flesh and used it as tools for their will. One of the places where flesh served their will was the fields of husks on the false woods of the Illithids. The fields were where the bodies of the people were cast after the Illithids had consumed their brains. When the brain had been devoured, the husks came to be fertilizer to grow the poison-stemmed grasses of the Illithids. Zerthimon worked the fields with no knowing of himself or what he had become. He was a tool of flesh, and the flesh was content. It was upon these fields that Zerthimon came to know the scripture of steel. During one of the turnings, as Zerthimon tilled the fields with his hands, he came across a husk whose brain remained within it. It had not been used as food, yet it was dead. The thought that one of the husks had died a death without serving as food for the Illithids was a thought Zerthimon had difficulty understanding. From that thought came a desire to know what had happened to the husk. Embedded in the skull of the husk was a steel blade. It had pierced the bone. Zerthimon realized that what had killed the husk that was what had killed the husk. The steel had marked the flesh, but the flesh had not marked the steel. Zerthimon took the blade and studied its surface. In it he saw his reflection. It was in the reflection of the seal that Zerthimon first knew himself. Its edge was sharp, its will the wearer's. It was the blade that would come to be raised against Gith when Zerthimon became the pronouncement of two skies. Zerthimon kept the blade for many turnings, and many were the thoughts he had about it. He used it in the fields to aid his work. In using it, he thought about how it was not used. The Illithids were powerful. Zerthimon had believed that there was nothing that they did not know. Yet the Illithids never carried tools of steel. They only used flesh as tools. Everything was done through flesh, for the tentacled ones were made of flesh, and they knew flesh. Yet steel was superior to flesh. When the blade had killed the husk, it was the flesh that had been weaker than the steel. It was then that Zerthimon came to know that flesh yielded to steel. In knowing that, he came to know that steel was stronger than the Illithids. Steel became the scripture of the people. Know that steel is the scripture by which the people came to know freedom. Let's try talking to Dakon about
What
it.
is your will?
I would know. Teachings. I have read the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. I want to speak to you more about the way of Zerthimon. What did you come to know? It's not going to be that while tending the fields of the Illithid, Zerthimon, because it's not. It's a parable. It's not about what it's about. I learned that not knowing something can be a tool, just like flesh and steel, if upon encountering it you attempt to know its nature and how it came to be. Experience. You have seen the words, and you have seen beyond them. You have come to know the second circle of Zerthimon. He takes the circle, and with a deft motion he twists one of the links so one of the plates slides forth, but strangely enough, the stone still appears intact. He hands the plate to you. Meditate upon this teaching, and the knowing of it shall give you strength. When you have absorbed it, you shall know more. Very well. I will study the circle, yet I would still know more of Zerthimon's teachings. Dakon's fingers feel around the edges of the stone circle, and he twists it clockwise, the links clicking until they have settled into a new configuration. He then reverses the motion, resetting the stone. The next circle of Zerthimon is open to you. Study it, then I will hear your words. Very well. What do I get now? Allows users to copy Scripture of Steel into Spellbook. Know that flesh cannot mark steel. Yes, what's this? I wonder if that's what happened. What if I if it goes my option of getting like the first one? Let's look at his spells. Thinking about it. No. Reign of Anger. I don't think so. Oh. Right, so this is the second. And this is the third. So maybe this is the first and I've missed my opportunity to get basically magic missile. That's mean, game. How dare you do things in the wrong order? Eh. At least
What's up?
you'd think maybe you'd get it, and then you could cast it another time. Or maybe I had my stuff full and I just dropped it, and I don't know where it is anymore. That's something that could have happened. Enthusiastically engaged in favourite pastime, plucking scabs from his nose. What do you want now? I rest, please. Give him 5 coppers and rest. And also get our spells. Rested for 8 hours. So I now have Identify Armor, Shield, Ice Knife, Chromatic Orb. So I can now examine this, actually. I mean, you can't have that, which is unfortunate. Oh, I have a Scroll of Identify. I could have used that, couldn't I? Let's use the spell. Rule of 3. Minor Copper Blessing. You receive this small earring from folding a note in the mouth of one of the walking corpses in the mortuary. It's a beautiful earring, but despite its beauty, all it seems to do is remind you how strange this world you've woken up is. This earring carries a minor blessing from one of the gods of wealth on some backwater prime world. When held in the hand and the word copper is whispered, it gives the wearer 33 copper commons. This blessing can be used 3 times before the enchantment is exhausted. Or is it worth more selling it, actually?
All right.
Let's go and investigate. Let's go back to the marketplace.
I'm gone.
Put them there. Oh, everyone else has things. I should probably be paying attention to that as well. So let's just get out of here. What's the time? 2 in the morning. Give or take.
All right.
So I'll head back here, sell some things. And then... Can we sell things to you? I can't remember. Get off me. 80. Yeah, so using it was probably a waste then, I'd guess. If you assume it's 40 per charge. So I'm not entirely sure what the point of it is then. If it's... you get more money for selling it? I'm confused. Let's sell all of those. Ooh, hello. Clearly accidentally didn't click on something. Kind of want to hold on to... the Obsidian Earring is 200 to you, sir. Not complaining, but it's a bit backwards. We've got some weapons as well that we can sell to this fellow. These rusty daggers are a bit useless. I should probably stop picking them up. I'll keep the green steel knife, I think.